I got a quick video for y'all. No, y'all ain't even heard me. I ain't made a video in about 6 days, almost a week now. I just did a little bit of research on Fight the New Drug and stuff like that. If you guys don't know what Fight the New Drug is basically a website where they just state the damage and effects of pornography and on the brain and shit like that, and the kind of like the neuroscience behind it, and it's basically it's a group. It's a great group, you ask me, because it kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things, and just knowing I was not alone in some of the shit I was going through when I was watching porn and doing all this different shit is basically kind of like helpful and educating, and just basically knowing that you're not alone. But so basically, it's this girl, right? She was on Dr. Phil. Let me get straight to the point. I'm a little sick. I got a little, well, not a little sick, but I got a little flame and shit. I got nose problems, shit. I got sinuses and shit. But basically, she was on Dr. Phil, right? And she was talking about her son. And she was talking about, oh, he was a pedophile and this and that, right? She was talking about he was a pedophile, and he was 15. Mind you, this nigga is 15. This nigga is 15 years old. I don't know why I keep throwing up that shit. But this nigga is 15, right? This nigga is 15. And I used to watch him over here. I'm like, what? Damn. Like, because he was getting help and shit like that. And you feel me? Her family, and she was struggling and shit like that. And I'm like, damn, bro. That shit sucks, bro. And then I come across, she was like, she did a video. I'm like, I wonder what the fuck going on. Because I was just curious about what was going on. And because he was doing the treatment, and they offered to give this nigga help. Turns out she had treatment with this nigga. Like, the nigga had treatment, but he didn't what you call it? He didn't grow in none of the, they did the little test. I don't know what the fuck they did. They did the little test. He didn't grow in none of the areas. And one thing that she barely talked about was she said something about the effects of pornography. So he was watching that shit every single day. And what type of porn? It gets darker and darker and darker and darker and darker. Like I said on one of my previous videos, it gets darker. Some of these niggas get so it gets so dark to the point where these niggas gotta like do violent shit like that, bro. Like they gotta do violent shit like that. It don't matter who it is. The newer the better, cause the porn can't do it for. I'm telling y'all, the porn can't do it for them. They gotta go out and act. That's why I feel like a lot of these crimes are committed. I wouldn't say all of raping and sexual assault and shit like that is because of porn, but I'm seeing a big number. It's a big number because they teaching all this shit in porn, all this violence in porn and shit like that, and it's a super stimulus. They not really just chasing that doing all this weird shit with little kids and shit. They chase it. It's that feeling they get from that shit because it's something new. It's something fucking what do you call it? It's like a fucking drug. It's like a drug basically. It's like a fucking drug. So basically, she barely talk about, and I was like, did this nigga watch porn? Because I'm curious. I'm like, this nigga had to watch porn. And when she said the effects of pornography and doing like this, everybody goes through different phases, like with pornography or anything. I mean, if you just growing up, and everybody has different effects. Everybody has different brain changes, and it affects everybody differently. But one thing I say we all have in common. We was watching that shit every day. Is my fault. My phone just gave me one thing I would say we all have it in common is when we watching that shit consistently on a consistently basis, every single day, every other day, or something like that around us, or let's just say every day. It goes from softcore to hardcore to watching fucking animals. It can get to some shit you would never thought you would do in your life, bro. Some shit you would never do in your life, and you'll be watching that shit. And then what happens was what happened with this nigga, like I said, bro. I keep bringing this reference up with this dude that was addicted to rape porn. This nigga is he's addicted to that shit, and eventually he's gonna want to commit something because that porn is not gonna be. He gonna have to act it out. He gonna have to act it out on somebody. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I make these videos so much is because they teaching us wrong, and it's like they teaching us, bro, because at this point, I feel like the industry knows, bro. They know what the fuck is going on, bro. But they just don't give a fuck. They just don't give a fuck. They won't shut this shit down. Because they want these women to keep on getting raped. If they making money off this shit, they don't give a fuck. They want the most evil shit on there. They don't give a fuck. Bro, it is child pornography out there and everything. It's all type of shit out there. You just don't even know. You gotta go in the dark web. When I did my research and I saw like it said child pornography or something like that, bro. All these women getting sex trafficked and they put on Fight the New Drug and they sharing their stories and shit like that. And like I said in my previous videos, one of they what was I about to say? One of they traffickers, right? One of they traffickers. One thing they had in common is they all fucking they all had magazines or they all had like massive amounts of pornography that they're just fucking just massive. Like I'm talking about like cases and shit, magazines, booklets, like fucking like all type of shit. But basically like CDs, everything. And that's what they consume. And that's what I feel like the oh shit. At one point the videos couldn't do it for them, so they gotta act this shit out. So not saying this for everybody, but don't get sucked into none of that shit. Don't get sucked in, because when you watching that shit, there's so much dark energy around it, because you so lustful. And you look at people as fucking, you look at women, or if you a girl, you look at dudes as objects. You look at, I mean, I'm not saying niggas is the only ones raping people. It's women out here raping niggas, bro. It's women out here forcing niggas to fuck them and do all type of shit with them. But it's just not really talked about because they talk about the man so much, and it's all type of shit, you know. But basically, what I'm saying is, some of these niggas, they watch porn, right? They watch porn. These videos don't do it for them. They don't. It don't click, bro. They gotta act violent ass shit out because it's something new, and the feeling they get from it, it's like a super stimulus, like when you first watch porn again. So everybody is chasing that stimulus, that super. I forgot what you. Yeah, that feeling, bro. That basically that feeling. Basically, like, let me state it like this, right? And you guys can do your own research, because I've been doing my research too. You guys can do it like this, right? I thought for the burp. Say, excuse me. Say you start smoking weed, right? Say for instance you smoke weed, then you start drinking, then you start doing crack, then you start doing coke, then you start doing heroin. That's how it is. Then you start doing all type of crazy shit while you high. It varies, bro. It's kind of similar. I hope I'm making a good metaphor here, but don't get sucked into that shit. Don't get sucked in, bro. You know how many? And it feels so, and I feel so bad because on a like kind of like a spiritual level, I can't talk to my friends like this, bro. I have no real friends to talk about this shit about, but with y'all. That's the only reason I make videos like this. They think I'm weird or I'm a joke and all this shit. I'm trying to be like somebody else, and all I want to do is help people. But it is what it is, bro. I really ain't got no fucking friends, like I said, no real friends that I can really educate somebody and talk about this shit with. So appreciate all the love and support on my videos, and y'all have a good night or good morning or whatever you guys are watching this video. See y'all.